Hello everybody, welcome to iExamBee's LegalBee. This is Amrita, your law faculty at iExamBee. Don't forget to subscribe to LegalBee and stay updated with all such kind of beneficial update contents that we keep on providing you here at LegalBee. This is a series that has been started every day at 11 a.m., which is a mock test series. And in this, you will be getting questions not subject wise but टॉपिक वाइज फ्रॉम ऑल द सब्जेक्ट्स सो डू स्टे ट्यून्ड. आपने अगर कोई भी वीडियोस मिस किए हैं आई वुड सजेस्ट यू चेक आउट द प्लेलिस्ट एंड यू विल गेट ऑल द रिमेनिंग सब्जेक्ट वीडियोस. करंटली आई एम डीलिंग विद द ट्रांसफर ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी एक्ट जिसमें ये मेरा 4th वीडियो है. इससे पहले मैंने मॉर्गेज, सेल, बेसिक प्रिलिमिनरी पार्ट ऑफ टीपी इस पर भी क्वेश्चंस कवर किए हैं. This is going to be a question based discussion, but it will be very comprehensive as we will be revising the entire concept. So this is going to be a very beneficial discussion for you. So don't miss all the videos of this series. If you have any queries, you can reach out to us by any of these modes. And आप इस video के comment section में भी लिख सकते हैं. We will definitely try to help you prepare 50% faster for your exams. So starting with the next topic of Transfer of Property Act, that is lease. First question from lease. Which chapter of the TP Act deals with leases of immovable property? अब ये काफ़ी direct question है. Actually it is a knowledge based question. लेकिन lease एक important topic है तो यहाँ पर आपको chapter number पता होना चाहिए. That's why I have taken up this for discussion. Quickly revising that. Chapter 5 deals with leases. And yes, leases only of immovable property. Remember that. Next question. Which of the following is valid consideration in a lease of immovable property? Price paid or promised, premium, money or anything of value that is rendered periodically or on special occasions as rent. B and C, that is premium as well as the money which is going to be paid in the form of rent, and A, B and C. अब इसमें से आपको सारे particular considerations पता होनी चाहिए for lease of immovable property. Then you can answer this question very easily. So the particular contents all are covered actually, A, B as well as C. All are a part of lease considerations as a valid consideration, and it is covered under section 105 in which lease is defined. इसमें लीजर, लीजी, प्रीमियम, रेंट सब कुछ डिफाइन किया हुआ है एंड लीज का ट्रांजैक्शन भी डिफाइन किया हुआ है. दैट इज a transfer of right to enjoy such property that is made for a certain time. It can be express also, implied also, and can be for price which is paid also and for promised as well. Premium one time दिया जाता है, rent is something which is paid periodically. Next question. Lease has to be made by a registered instrument. अब ये इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस आपको बाकी सारे यूनिट्स पर भी प्रिपेयर करने होंगे बिकॉज यू हैव दिस पॉइंट इन एवरी टॉपिक ऑफ टीपी. लीज के बारे में इसका क्या आंसर होगा? दिस इज एन इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन आई वुड से. इट इज मेड फॉर अ ईयरली रेंट देन इट विल बी हैविंग अ रजिस्टर्ड इंस्ट्रूमेंट. इफ इट इज मेड फॉर पीरियड मोर देन 6 months, if it is made for a period more than 3 years, or in all the cases when the subject matter of the lease is an immovable property. So when the lease has to be made by a registered instrument, this is what is the question, and the correct answer is A, that if it is reserving a yearly rent then it has to be made by a registered instrument. So the correct section for this is section 107, which talks about how a lease is made. That means if it is exceeding 1 year then you require, or else you don't require a registered instrument. Now this is a situation based question. If Mohan wants to lease 10 gunthas of his land to Renuka for a period of 3 months, he can effect it by which of the following modes? Now this is another interesting question, but यहाँ पर आपको time period पर focus करना होगा. Let us see the options quickly. By a registered instrument, by oral agreement accompanied with delivery of possession, by delivery of possession, by oral agreement, A or B. Now in this particular situation, what kind of mode they have to choose? This is what is the question. Do they need a registered instrument? Focus on the time period. So the correct answer is E, that is A or B. They can use a registered instrument, but they can also choose the mode of oral agreement accompanied with delivery of possession. This is mentioned under section 107 itself. that if it is exceeding 1 year, registered instrument is compulsory. If not exceeding, it is not compulsory. Just oral agreement and delivery of possession is enough. If A gives a house on lease to B and it catches fire and gets destroyed completely, while B is in possession, that means the leasee is in possession, then in such a case, what will be the consequences? Lease shall become void at the option of A. Lease shall become void at the option of B. Lease shall automatically become void. Lease becomes inoperative. A has to give compensation to B as it is act of God. Now, this is also a very interesting question, I would say, and this is actually directly picked from a section 108B deals with the rights and liabilities of the leasee. So according to that, lease shall become void at the option of B. This is what is the correct option, and this situation has been mentioned in subclause E of section 108, that if by fire, tempest or flood or violence any kind of destruction is caused to the material part of the property, then the option will rest with the leasee basically. So in this situation also B is having the option. The leasee can pay premium or rent to the leaser or his agent, premium to the leaser only, rent to the leaser and premium to the leaser or agent, rent to the agent and premium to the leaser or agent. Now this is a very easy question if you know the exact answer. नहीं तो फिर options देकर आप confuse हो जाओगे. So the leasee can pay premium or rent to whom? That is what is the question. The correct answer is B. That means the leasee can pay premium or rent to the leaser or his agent. And this provision is there, direct provision is there, that the leasee is bound to pay or tender at the proper time and place the premium or rent to the leaser or his agent in this behalf. Commencement of lease for the purpose of computation is calculated excluding the day on which the lease commenced, including the day on which the lease commenced, including the day on which the lease was made, excluding the day on which the lease was made. When no day of commencement is named, is so named. So in that case, an average is calculated if there is no day of commencement only. So these are the options that have been provided, that the day of commencement, what you are going to do basically, that is what is the crux of this question. So the answer is A, excluding the day on which the lease has actually commenced. Section 110 talks about this concept. That day will be excluded and rest days will be computed. And in case if there is no day of commencement mentioned, then when it will be assumed, it is not that there will be no calculation and average will be taken out. It is not so. Time limited begins from the day when the making of lease was completed. ऐसा assume किया जाएगा. A lets a farm to B for the life of C. C dies, but B continues in possession with A's assent. So in this case, which of the following is true? This is an illustration based question directly picked from the section. In this case, which of the following options will be true? That is what is asked. B's lease will get renewed from year to year. B's lease is not renewed from year to year. Express consent is required for renewal of yearly rent. Express consent is required for renewal of lease. Express consent is not required for the renewal of lease if it is from month to month. So in this situation, the correct answer will be A, that is the B's lease is renewed from year to year. That is what is the thing which is going to be done. Section 116 talks about the effect of holding over. तो ये जो concept है ये holding over के concept से related है and इसका illustration directly pick किया गया है from section 116, that is the illustration B. Is agricultural lease covered under the TP Act? Now this is something which is a very direct question. If you know, you can answer it well. If you don't know, then you have to just guess. So agricultural lease, whether it is covered under the TP Act? The answer is no. Section 117 covers the exemption of leases for agricultural purposes. None of the provisions of the chapter are going to apply to it. But other than that, if suppose the government feels, that is the state government feels so, then it may by a notification published in the official gazette declare that. But until that, the TP Act provisions are not applicable. So ये option देखकर confuse मत होइएगा. That is meaning something else. It means yes, but along with the government notification. यानी कि ये applicable तो है ही TP Act के हिसाब से, but एक notification की भी requirement होती है. Actually इसका मतलब गलत है. According to the reading of section 117, we can make it out that it is not applicable to agricultural release unless and until it is required to be made so. And for that, the government has to issue a notification. So the last question for today's discussion: who has the option to determine the lease? Leasee, leaser, nobody has this option. Leasee if it is a lease for 1 year, leasee if it is a lease for less than 1 year. Now what is determining the lease means? Terminating it. तो ये choice, ये option किसके पास होगा? Very simple question and a very important question. किसी के पास भी नहीं होगा तो लीजी के पास होगा, लीजर के पास होगा, या फिर लीजी के पास होगा whenever the lease is for 1 year, लीजी के पास होगा if the lease is for less than 1 year. So out of these you have to choose the best option, and yes, we do have direct provision for this as well. So that's why the correct option is leasee, option to determine lease, where the time so limit is expressed to be terminable before its expiration. Obviously terminable before expiration होगा, expire होने के बाद तो किसी को option देने की ज़रूरत ही नहीं है. Until and unless it is expired, we may give option to the people. So whom will be given the option? Always remember it is the leasee and not the leaser who shall have such option. So this was all that I had to cover in the daily mock test series from Transfer Property Act Lease. काफ़ी interesting scoring topic है Lease TP Act का. अगर आपकी कोई भी queries हैं, you can reach out to us directly in the comment section of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and prepare 50% faster with iExamBee. Thank you everybody.